recap of that basically is it's not easy to have faith. It always sounds different when I hear it up here, but what a powerful message. Imagine for a moment, if you will, this sanctuary in utter darkness with a movie up on the screen, right, Danielle? Because that is what you would have found here on Friday night. Danielle, Brooklyn, Sunny, and some others made it possible. There was popcorn, candy, and a great old movie, Sister Act, because you voted it in last Sunday. Well, I love seeing old movies. I don't know about you. In the past few weeks, I've seen a couple of them. I saw Pretty in Pink a few weeks ago. Do you know that one of the nicest things about movies from the 80s and early 90s is not only seeing how obscenely young all the actors are, but it's the big hair. We all had it, didn't we? Another wonderful old movie that I haven't seen for a while is Dead Poets Society, starring Robin Williams. In a way, that movie is a modern telling of the passage we just heard from the book of Hebrews. I'll explain it. Williams plays John Keating, a high school English teacher in an all-boys prep school, who is committed to helping his students take advantage of life's opportunities. I like it because he is passionate about poetry and inspires them to be passionate too. There is a compelling scene in the movie when Keating leads the class out into the foyer of the building, where old photographs of graduating classes from decades past cover all the walls. As the boys study the portraits of the classes who had graduated generations before them, Keating remarks that the men in these pictures are just like them, full of hope and ambition. And then Keating asks the class, did they wait till it was too late to realize their full potential? Then he tells the class that if they lean in really close, they can hear a message from the men in these pictures. So they lean in and Keating whispers, any of you remember this? Yeah. Keating whispers, carpe diem. Carpe diem. Seize the day, boys. Make your lives extraordinary. Carpe diem. Ever heard that phrase before? It's a phrase familiar to many of us. Seize the day. Life is short and it will end. We don't know when, but it will be too soon. All you have is this moment. Make the most of it, one day at a time. Seize today. Reading the book of Hebrews is kind of like being one of the students in Keating's classroom, except the teacher is the writer of the book and is taking us on a field trip sort of through the Hall of Faith. There are portraits of Noah, Abraham, David, Samson, Moses, and Rahab. These are people that kept the faith and ran the good race. They have died, but they are now on the other side, rooting for us. I love the image of a cloud of witnesses. We are told that we have a cloud of witnesses, those who have gone before us and who want the best for us. In Hebrews, we see the family pictures as in family with a capital F, but there are many portraits on your own personal wall that may be only known to you. I think of the beautiful art we have on the walls. I started to imagine, what if all the portraits were up of the people that are helping you run the race? We are who we are because of the many who have gone before, and not just those who have won the race. Recently, one of you was telling me about your work life and referred to the boss who taught you how not to be a boss, and another boss who taught you how to be a boss. I can relate to that, can you? At times, I have learned as much, if not more, from the negative example. The list in Hebrews is odd and encouraging. This cloud of witnesses, these people who have gone before us and shown us what faith is and root for us now, did not all finish the race in this lifetime. That's what I find encouraging. For all that Moses did and all the years he spent leading his people in the wilderness, some 40 years, he never did make it to the promised land. In spite of that, he did not lose faith. He knew that the people he had led would make it, and see it, and that was enough. Some of you have lost loved ones to addiction and depression, suicide, early death. They did not finish the race in this world in a way that you had hoped and prayed for. In watching your continuing relationship with those you loved and lost, I am quite sure that they have finished the race now. And they are the ones who, with Jesus, are standing at the finish line, yelling their lungs out, rooting the rest of us on. I love the way we were cheering for the kids as they ran back there. We should all take that with us into our week and imagine yourself being cheered for. My daughter ran across the country in track in high school, and she loved to hear her name, so we would scream her name and we would cheer for her from the sidelines. Unfortunately, when she had her first child, we carried that into the delivery room. But I'm not sure it was helpful to her. We all need to know that there are those people just cheering for us. Many of us are here in hopes of succeeding, and we hope to win the race. We want to succeed with our recovery. We want to succeed with our spiritual race. We pray every week for prayers to be answered and in specific ways. Please heal my loved one from cancer. Please give me another day of sobriety. Please restore a broken relationship in my family. Please help me get through another day of grief. Our prayers aren't always answered in the ways we had hoped, but if we can hold on to hope that they will be answered someday in ways we can't even imagine, then we have kept the faith. We don't need to make it to the finish line. We just need to take the next step, do the next right thing.